Well, looks like we're now invited into the Waking Sands. I think I had like a little pause there for a second because I was trying to pronounce that word. Oh man. When you're like recording for longer than you think, your brain starts to fry a little bit. But it shouldn't be doing that because I'm still at like a young age. I take it you are Brygon Mistral. Tataru sent a word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilla has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. So right, I do believe this is that cutscene too, where it's voice acted, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of voice actors in here that we would probably come to remember by. I feel like I don't want to go through all of them, but there's some pretty good people.
So you are the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the 7th Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, Lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainers' registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement. But believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitments to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I'm sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose, and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to each one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. It would have been like XX Wild Rose 249XX. Right, so what was a retainer? Helpful NPCs who can be hired by players to carry out such tasks as storing excess gil and gear. Wait, they can store your money? They're like a bank? Selling unwanted items on the markets. They may also be sent afield on ventures. Oh, I didn't remember that. A contact of service can be drafted by Fridwib in Limsa, Parnell in Gradonia, Chachabi in Ulta, Prunilla in Ishgard, and Kazashi in Kugain. Oh, so they're like your storage and your bank. And you can sell unwanted items. Oh my god. I needed that, because I know you can like store so much monster parts and you would want to get rid of them. So maybe that's who you have to go to clear up space. Oh my god, I totally didn't remember that. Shit. I didn't even realize. Well, that's good to know. I guess I was talking about the voice actress for, what was her name? Minfilia? She is voiced by Amy Bolton in A Realm Reborn. And I'm going at this through like a Realm Reborn voice cast. Cause I do remember that the voice actors do change in Heavensward onwards. Because that's all like the DLC. And Amy Bolton, this is pretty much her only voice role in her acting career. But this was back in like 2013 as well, so I don't know what happened with that. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it is that first brought you to Eorzea. I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer. Yeah, I still can't remember, like, what has gotten our character to come to Eorzea in the first place? Like, there's gotta be a reason. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. A wild rose by any other name. I guess this is just for pledging support.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there. Welcome.
God damn it. I can't get over it.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
Ah, Thancred. Voiced by Taliesin Jaffe.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team.
Ooh, that tone. Ooh, man, I like the tattoo you have.
The lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Urianger. 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 My sister was on my fucking ass about this character's name pronunciation, and I got it right. I was saying like Urianger. Oh my god, I couldn't help but laugh. This guy is voiced by Gideon Emery. I feel like I would know this guy. But yeah, Urianger was kind of a hard name to pronounce for a while, but now actually listening to it, I got it right. Looks like Ida is voiced by Mela Lee, and Papalimo is voiced by Steve Stolley, and Y'shtola was voiced by Emily O'Brien. So I would have actually met with someone else other than Y'shtola if I started out somewhere else like Gridania or Ul'dah. Well, it looks like he also voiced another character in A Realm Reborn. Nebralis? But I feel like that's somewhere way later into A Realm Reborn. And I'm seeing on this list too, he voiced he voiced some other roles in like Tekken 8, Uncharted, and even Final Fantasy VII Remake. He's Biggs.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Right, let's not forget about the Skrunkly.
I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there
I
is
think he
more.
took a second there to
Well of
pronounce that
robbery,
name.
Several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit.
Ifrit. So those are the primals. Those are supposed to be the summons in Final Fantasy history. They're called the primals in this game.
Objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Well, it seems like I'm in good hands now with these guys. My first mission has something to do with Ifrit and people who worship that primal. It has something to do with like kidnappings and stuff like that and crimes. Yeah, I would know like a bunch of summons in those games too. Like, mostly knew them from like 10 and 13. Like there was Shiva, there was Odin, Bahamut, Ixion. I was trying to remember this like electric Pegasus horse, and that's Ixion. That's also in this game too. Ifrit, yep. Poseidon. Or no, it's Leviathan. It's Leviathan, not Poseidon. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see what he gives us his full cooperation. Like, I always find it pretty cool that anywhere that Shovel Knight has guest starred in leaves a special place in my heart. That it's great seeing like indie development companies having a spotlight in like major games. Like Shovel Knight made an appearance in Smash Brothers as an assist trophy, and I could still remember the clip that when Yacht Club Games was playing Smash and they saw their little hero come out as an assist trophy. They were cheering, they were clapping, they were yelling. It was like cheers of joy. I wonder how that would have felt when Sans made an appearance. Like, how did Toby Fox feel? Yeah, I remember that too. Toby Fox was playing Smash with Sakurai, and that made the inclusion to have Sans as a Mii costume into the game. I remember this. That must have been hilarious. Dude, though, if they were to ever to make another Smash game in the future, like I would guarantee that they're gonna cut the cast. 100%. Probably like cut it down to half, or maybe like make it back to what Smash 4 was. With like different DLC characters. Like I could probably see Master Chief as a playable character. Because we got Snake in there. It still kind of like pisses me off that for 3 games in a row, we have not seen anything new of Sonic characters into the game. Like, we don't even have Shadow as an Echo Fighter. Or even like its own character. We could be seeing someone like Tails or Knuckles, but the only thing that was actually new into that was Knuckles being an assist trophy alongside Shadow. So yeah, going back to my birthday, like, I mostly had an okay time, like, besides the Lethal Company stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure if I want to end that on a high note, I'm pretty sure doing it with a collab with mods would be a best idea. Because I have a feeling that my friends don't want to play that game anymore. I think it's run its course. But I'm still seeing like other streamers still playing it. Like I've been recently watching this guy named Takehurst. I'm pretty sure I talked about this before. That also plays this game, as well as Enzyme. They would do mostly like Brutal Company, crowd control, and even like community lobbies. And I've been wanting to join that myself if I ever step my foot in the door. Same goes for Content Warning. I still want to play that game. I'm pretty sure I want to do it with other, like, different people. But other than that, my birthday was okay. Today I just leveled up from going to a new place. Also, someone was driving a damn car. Apparently you can get a car as a mount. I have no idea where you can get that. What I really do enjoy playing, though, is Stardew Valley. Like, they got me fucking hooked into that game. Like, it's literally just Harvest Moon, but with, like, much more stuff you can do. It's like 16-bit. Or even like 32-bit graphics, if you think about it. And the completionist inside of me wants me to do it in Stardew Valley. Get rich quick and all that stuff. I even had, like, the Ginger Island part of that game. Like, I've done that all by myself. Which is nuts. I'm like this close to getting the Infinity Dagger or the Infinity Sword. I just need to get Galaxy Souls. I need souls. But I do feel like what we just talked about the other day, that the next game we want to play together, Tan wants to do Deep Rock Galactic with me, just like we did with Raft. I'm Isambard. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent a word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do what I can to help see the victims safely returned. But yeah, Deep Rock Galactic is one game that Tan wanted to play with me, just like we did with Raft. The other ones would be Minecraft or Sea of Thieves. Let us get right into it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the... 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. Guess I skipped that too fast. Sea of Thieves, I definitely do see us doing. Get like a good old Straw Hat crew going. I think what got Amanda hooked is that I think a recent update just added that you can have an owl as a pet companion, much like you would with a parrot. And she loves owls. We could have like a ship of the dead if they wanted to. And Minecraft, if we ever wanted to do that, so I'm pretty sure like mods like Pixelmon would do well. Whoa. These must be the Ravagers. Okay, yeah, I almost forgot about that. They're lizard men. These are the people that have been kidnapping people or abducting people for their Lord and Savior, Ifrit. They were just going on their merry way in their caravan and they got mauled. They got mauled to death. I did remember playing Pixelmon in the past, like... It was literally just like a Pokemon collection kind of game. Gotta have that mod where you can actually go into towns, like actual modded towns where you can like challenge gyms and even face like Team Galactic. Like it was all just Team Galactic apparently, and there was no like Team Rocket. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Oh, I've only just collected a rose, or a flower. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the low-born disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if there were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? Yeah, we have to find out who is being with them. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Oh, so he's a tough character. Drinking his feelings away. Much like how I was going through on my birthday today. I had too much Crown Royal. Wait a second. I know you. You? I remember. You were that guy back in Ulda trying to... You know. Oh, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ulda. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Oh, here you go. Dear friend. Missing people. Please help. Yours, Isambard. I can see why you're called that, though. Ungust, more like disgust. Folks around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Jeez, yeah. Ungust, more like disgusting. Have to talk to the common folk. Please, sir, leave me be. Yeah, it seems like the people around here are just like scared of this place. Why don't they just go? What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. I've nothing to say but this. Thou take who or whatever's been feeding off of us low folk. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like people are scared of this place. Feel bad for them. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and move on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Man. This really is a dangerous place. Like, how are these people able to live here after hearing about the abductions? Like, why don't they just all leave? Welcome back, Brygarn. Have you learned aught to import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, no other thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. So, I guess we have to talk to the people who they worship in this town, do we? Dun, 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 dun. A proper burial. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church, found to the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid quest, I grant you, but it must be born to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marcus. He tends the graves of the leech yard. He'll tell you where the body is to be interred. Have to carry a whole body with me, or is it just another set of flowers? Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet. Throws another body on him. Oh, I loved Monty Python. And here's the graveyard. I mean the church. I am Marcus, yes. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Checking my mail, and I seem to get another rejection email. What the fuck is that, mod? I'm just looking at another rejection email, one from Santa Monica Studios. Like, apparently the industry has been really hard trying to find other work, like, not just from Ontario, but I've been looking at stuff in, like, Vancouver, Los Angeles, even, like, in Europe, if I ever wanted to do remote work or stuff like that. But, like, since, like, ever since the pandemic is over and people are starting to go more into, like, people are starting to go more into, like, back to on-site work more than remotes, then it's getting more and more harder to find work. Did I just hear bones crack? Especially when in Ontario, like, most companies these days have just been like VFX companies, and not just like a lot of. Vancouver has the more like. Yeah, Vancouver has the more like 3D animation companies. There's even like Nova Scotia that has some animation companies. And then you have Los Angeles. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Orson within the church walls. Oh, there you are. I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share information with you. I only wish Marquez would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus, and soon. Oh, so Thancred was here before. He's probably not going to take this mission very well, huh? He wants answers now. Thank you, Brygarn. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You have been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Brigon? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name's Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons, and why. I too spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk, speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pios unawares than she who takes confession? The good sister Arson herself? Arson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marcus, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. So it must seem like the people who are at that church must know something. For the children. Sister Arson, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be. Could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Brigon, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Arson's activities. Well, still, I just hope something comes up pretty soon. Like, I might have to make some more connections with the studio that I'm in and see what updates there are. But, like, I've been hearing from other people too that I used to work with in other studios, and it actually has been hard. Especially around this time of year, they usually don't have a lot of openings in certain months. Especially like layout work, I feel like that's still a very niche part of animation. And I still feel like I need to do more practice on it, which, by the way, like, I have actually been looking into Unreal Engine if I want to practice some, like, cinematic stuff and even, like, maybe some, like, environmental stuff, or, like, see if I can make my own video game levels. Because I used to do Unreal Engine in school for, like, a video game project that I did with a couple people. And we did, like, some sort of horror game. Like, I did some of the layout work for the level, and even did some sound work. Like, a sound department. It was pretty fun. But I never got to continue with stuff like that, unfortunately. Nor did I did with other softwares like Blender or Houdini. Blender, Houdini. Unfortunately, I did Softimage more than I did with Maya. Please help. Sister Arson went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside heard her? Please find her. Oh, she's in trouble. What is she doing? Are those names Tuco Tuco? What the hell? They're like spiky dudes from Metroid. Oh yeah, there she is. Hello. Hello, buddies. Looks like they came out here to ambush us. You rotten fiends. Are you hurt, madam? You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child. Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. But yeah, unfortunately, during my college days in school, like, I've done more of soft homage than I did with Maya, and Maya is like the most popular software in like in like most animation studios. Like, they use that more than anything. But there's also other studios that use different softwares like Blender. Much like with Houdini and Nuke, 3D 3D Equalizer, I do believe, was the latest one I learned. When I had to do some stuff with camera tracking, like, that is a really nice tool or software to use. I feel like I should be doing that in my own home. Like, make some camera work and make some trackers too. That would be so cool. Although, to be honest, with a place like this, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of camera trackers that I could do. Sister Arson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I mean, still, we had to keep searching for this rose. Seems to have a message for you from Thancred. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Arson. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers that she initially led on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now, on to the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left a word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment at the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Yeah, now we just have to wonder, like, if he's right or not. I'm pretty sure Sister Arson is not behind all this. Like, we just found her trying to recover a trinket for a little guy or a little boy, and we got abducted, so maybe she's not behind this. Maybe Thancred has been making false accusations. On his first mission, too. Maybe he needs some practice. Ah, there you are, Brigon. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Arson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. And? But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Arson near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Brigon. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? You don't want to get your little limbs hurt, don't ya? We gotta go in there? Down there? Well, it kind of doesn't seem like there's nobody here, but except this queer leaflet. Oh no, there is people. there is the Amalja. I'm sure they won't mind if you take that. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. So it's like a scam. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits of Naldthal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Arson makes of it. She'd have to be in these rooms somewhere. Yes. My savior comes again. To what do I owe you the honor this day? What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? Ah, so the imposter among us is in our midst. The plot thickens, Brygarn. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. He's gonna have such a headache. Posing as a priest? To think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Brygarn. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Amalja Wrong Places. I did not realize that quest name. Isambard wants to help you identify, apprehend the false priest. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprits, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Brygarn and me serve like by posing as impoverished souls in need to succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs. So as long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Brygarn. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. So we're gonna be in disguise to find out another person in disguise and catch him red-handed. Speak with locals while garbed in a weathered shepherd's tunic and a pair of weathered shepherd's slops. Slops. So it should be in the inventory. Yep. We have to get rid of all our defense to be in disguise. You can see other people. What was his name? Thub Wubbingson? Yes, Thub Wubbingson. I love it. And you are? Another refugee. By the looks of you, the immortal flames had neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, and see it to you don't make a nuisance of yourself. This kind of feels very offensive in a way, now that you think about it. Like, let the poor have a job. I'm sure they're capable of getting employment.